Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you showing up. My name is David, and this is my beloved and partner, Shelly. Grateful to share another sound bath with you. For tonight's practice, we're going to be doing a gong bath. So these instruments behind us, these are called minal wind gongs, and they have a lot different tone. I've played them before in some of these practices, but I look forward to sharing them tonight. And as we play, how it's going to work is Shelly and I will play back and forth with increasing intensity. So if you have earphones or if you have a stereo system, the sound is going to be a lot more high fidelity. If you have something that can pick up the sound, we do have a microphone in the background that is picking all this up as well. But a topic that I've been working on and looking at closely, and we taught a meditation last night on it to another group, and then I taught a class this morning on it, but the topic is compulsion and understanding the compulsions we have as human beings and how some of these compulsions we carry can get us into trouble sometimes. Not necessarily intentionally, but to, in all honesty, take an honest look at them. In the topic of compulsion, it can be a very sensitive topic because we sometimes hear people say things like, "Oh, I have OCD," and in truth, OCD is a true diagnosis of an illness and a mental disease, and sometimes it's thrown out there without really recognizing what it means. And we can say experientially, we live with a 17-year-old that has a number of different OCD diagnosed displays and behavior patterns. And, because of that, and amongst other things too, I've been looking at my own life and areas where I've been compulsive.
OCD is very compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
There's a lot of compulsions in it.
Yeah, it's not just one, and it's literally a disorder. It's sort of this order of importance in which things will go, and there is disorder in the compulsion itself. And there was a quote that I read this morning, and I'll share it with you again tonight. It's by a gentleman by the name of Sadhguru. He said, "Everybody is making choices. Even their compulsions are their choices. Choices made in unawareness are compulsions. Say you get angry right now. It is your choice to be angry. You believe that's the way to handle the situation, but the choice is made in such unawareness that it is a compulsion." And in the topic of awareness and unawareness, sometimes in psychological talks we use the words conscious and unconscious, but that sort of is a gray field because unconscious seems to be something that we can't quite tap into. It's something that we're not aware of. And I feel what's more fair and more gradient is to use awareness and unawareness. We're either aware of it or slowly as we move down the gradation of it, we become unaware. And it's looking at areas in our lives that we may be unaware of. For instance, if we have a compulsion to do something, a lot of compulsions are a result of fear, of insecurity, of lack, of this feeling of not being enough. And so we compulsively do these habits and patterns habitually in order to, what's the best way to say this? In order to feel safe and to feel secure. And what I found through my own work and also working in recovery centers is that a lot of it stems from traumas that have happened early on in childhood. Okay? And Shelly can talk a little bit more about it from her perspective because she's worked with OCD for the last 17 years and recognizes some of that as well. So I feel she's a great individual to talk on that specific topic.
Thanks. I believe and feel that compulsions, whether it's through a extreme situation like OCD or just compulsions that we all have on an everyday basis, are, I know we didn't want to use the word subconscious, or it is a place of unawareness, not the actual decision that is executed through the compulsion. Let's say our compulsion is to grab our phone. Well, the phone isn't the problem, right? It's the root of that compulsion that made you grab that phone, right? So it's going back and figuring out what causes these compulsions to act out. And usually it's something from our past, some sort of trauma, some sort of belief system that you were conditioned upon through a period in your life that started this kind of tape playing in the back of your head that makes you want to reach for that compulsive action. And so it's becoming aware of that and trying to face that and figure out what is it that's making me want to do that, to really be able to feel free and not, because those moments bring you out of the present. So getting rid of compulsions bring you back to the here and now.
Yeah, and she brings up a good one. I mean, how many of us, first thing in the morning, do we get up and then just immediately check our phones? That's a compulsion. And instead of just breathing in the day and coming into our bodies and coming into awareness that's a new day, how many of us out there compulsively read the news because we fear that we're going to be missing out on something? Okay? And without recognizing or not, a lot of news actually puts fear into us, and we live very anxiously by the stuff that we are inputting. In yoga, we would call that a form of pratyahara. We remove these foods that are creating anxiety or creating angst. There's a number of different compulsions we have. Say, like after a long day of work, we got to go have our drink. Okay, that was one that I used to do a lot. Oh, it's done with work, happy hour time. That was a compulsive behavior. Okay, that was a way of letting off steam. Now, was it healthy or not? That's up for debate. Depended how much I drank. But, we have these different compulsions. The way we react, we hear a name. Think of a political figure's name, and all of a sudden that name is heard, and we compulsively start to think a certain way. Again, these are habits and patterns that we have that are in our system. And if we don't take a look at it, it can potentially cause suffering for us later down the line.
I was going to say, how many things we do during our day that we just do because we've always done. And I think so much of our life is made up of that. And it can also, I know I talked about it last night, it can cross over into traditions. So whether they're familial traditions or religious traditions, sometimes we do things because we've always done them, or we were taught when we were small to always do them. And so it's stepping back and looking at that. And if I'm going to share a really quick story, but it makes me think of the story of the young, newlywed wife who went in to make her mother's and grandmother's tradition, like their recipe of their roast. And she goes to make it, and she's made it a few times, and she calls up her mom because she's kind of stumped because it says that you cut off the end of the roast. And she calls her mom. She's like, "Why do we cut off the end of the roast?" And she goes, "I don't know. I've always done it that way. Why don't we call my mother, your grandmother?" So they get in, they call their grandmother, and she asks, her grandmother, "Why do we cut off the end of your famous roast?" And she laughs and laughs at them, and she said, "Because the pan was too small." And here, this whole time, they thought it made it taste better, or they thought it was the secret ingredient, and it was just some silly reason why it started in the first place. And I think that's so applicable because there's so many things that we do that we don't even know why do them. And so if we really look at it, we might find they're not even applicable anymore. And if we can break free of that, we can find so much freedom in our daily lives, so much lightness.
Yeah, and just she made me have something come up too. We sometimes say phrases like, "Oh, it's just the way it is." That way of thinking is very toxic thinking, and it's also based off of a lot of compulsions that we have. Because if we truly want to see change, we need to understand, well, why is it the way it is? And if it wasn't the way that it is, how would it look? And do we venture to even take an honest look at that? So with that said, we're going to get to playing now. Shelly and I are going to go back and forth and play the gongs, and I hope that you enjoyed tonight's meditation, and give us any feedback that you have. Let's go ahead and get started. Finding a posture, position that best suits your body. Please close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, begin to let go of your day, let go of your week, let go of what's next. allow yourself to have some rest, putting down any compulsive behaviors, patterns, or habits. Not judging ourselves by some of the habits or patterns we identify with. Just simply letting them be as they are. Feel the breath. Feel the inhales and the exhales. Feel the flow of the breath into your body and out of your body. And as you feel the breath, feel the body. Feel the rib cage expanding and contracting. Feel your heart beating. And take a long, slow breath in. Fill your lungs. Exhale, letting it go. Long, slow, deep breath in. Fill your lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. Long, slow, deep breath in. Fill your lungs up all the way. Exhale, letting it go. Deep breath in. Please fill your lungs all the way up to the top. Exhale, letting it go. Inhaling through your nose, filling your lungs up. Exhale, letting it go. And inhale, please fill your lungs all the way up to the top. Exhale, letting it go. Continue to breathe on your own. And as you breathe on your own, take a moment and just check in with your body. From your head to your toes, observing any tension, tightness, soreness, stress, imbalances of any kind. And as we move through our practice, be aware. Observe Observe any subtle compulsions that may arise. Observe any thought patterns that may show up. Let go of what you can let go. See what's on the other side of the compulsion. Please take a long, slow, full, deep breath in, filling your lungs all the way up to the top. Let the chest expand, collarbones spread, shoulders down the back, long spine. Relax the face, lips, eyes, mouth, and forehead, holding your breath at the top of the inhale. And exhale, letting it go. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. And smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. Relax your body. How still can you be? Relax around the stillness. Relaxing the head, the forehead, the eyes, the ears, the cheeks, the lips, the mouth, the jaw. Letting go of any compulsive facial expressions. Letting go of compulsive words, phrases. Letting go of the compulsive way we may listen to things. Relaxing the neck and the throat. Letting go of the compulsive way in which we may look at things or look around at things. Relax the shoulders, letting go of the compulsive way we may carry things. relaxing the upper arms, the elbows, forearms. Relaxing the wrists, the hands, and the fingers. Releasing the compulsive way that we hold on to things. The compulsive way we hold on to ideas. The compulsive way we hold on to beliefs. The compulsive ways that we cling or grasp. Allow yourself to relax. Allow your chest to relax. Allow the collarbones to spread. Letting go of the compulsive way that we armor ourselves. The compulsive way that we hide our hearts from being seen. The compulsive way in which we may reject love, self to receive. Relax your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, down to the tailbone. Letting go of the compulsive ways we may seek support externally. Remember, you are supported just as you are, right here, right now. Relax the belly, relax the abdomen. Letting go of the compulsive ways we digest and redigest and overdigest the thing called life and our experience moving through it. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the pelvis, relaxing the buttocks. Letting go of the compulsive ways in which we may move through life and navigate through life. Relax the legs, tops of the legs, the knees, the lower legs. Letting go of the compulsive way we may walk through life or run through life. Letting go of compulsive ways we may be living in fear, and letting go of those fears. Letting go of compulsive insecurity narratives. Narratives like, I have to look this way in order to be accepted. I have to act this way in order order to be received. Relax the ankles, relax the feet, relax the toes. Letting go of any fidgets. Allow yourself to be still. Allow the idea of yourself to be still. When we allow the idea of the self to be still, it merges with the already still self. Let your breath be your anchor. Just let thoughts pass. Let bodily sensations pass. Be one with the moment. And bringing awareness to your breath, to your body, inhales and exhales. Start to lightly move the fingers and toes and circle out your wrists and ankles. Roll your shoulders out. Turn your head side to side, open and close the mouth. And with a long inhale, reach the arms up and over your head. Give yourself a nice long stretch. And on the exhale, release the arms down along the sides. And placing a gentle bend in the knees, roll over to your left side. Use your right hand, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. And as we press ourselves up, sitting comfortably, place your hands over your heart. Just as a gentle reminder, remembering that thoughts become words, words become actions, actions become habits, habits become character, character becomes destiny. The destiny is the here and now. It is our thoughts that brought us here. Our work in overcoming compulsions lead to liberation, freedom. When we are no longer controlled by these compulsive thoughts, actions. The practice is to look within. It's not to judge, it's not to point fingers, it's simply to look within. Discover the root. Accept, forgive, gratitude, love. These practices help to free ourselves from the attachments we may have to our past. The deeper we look, the more awareness we have. Please take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow the head down towards the hands. Just honoring yourselves today, your practices for showing up on your mats. We honor our friends, families, loved ones, and supporters. In gratitude for the many blessings, gifts, and abundance in our lives today. And in gratitude to the many teachers and guides who came long before us, who passed along these practices called meditation, sound bathing. Gently release the hands down, softly blink the eyes open, lift the chin. Thank you so much, everybody, for practicing with us this evening. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Hopefully the wind gongs blew some of those old compulsions away. And if you need anything at all, Shelly and I are here, and our family's here to help in any way we can. Love and support, and we appreciate you all. Have a beautiful rest of your night. Ho'oponopono. Aho.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Yes, I'm wearing a robe.